You start the question. Okay, this is tan inverse of 10 5 pi by 6. Start this question. Cos inverse cos 13 pi by 6. I am giving to three questions. This is 10 sine inverse sine 2 pi by 3. Start these questions, please. Start. Start, please, this question. And give the answer. Yes, Dhruv Kejriwal. Good, beta. The answer of the first question is minus pi by 6. Tan inverse of 10 5 pi by 6. We break, it is pi minus pi by 6. In second quadrant, 10 is negative. Therefore, the answer is minus pi by 6. Answer of second question, please find out. Okay, now we do these questions. Please start these questions. These all the questions. Do please. Please start these questions. I give the answer of these all questions. Please practice these questions. That is, the question is sine inverse of sine pi by 3. Now you see it is in first quadrant. So pi by sine is cancelled with the sine. That's no problem. Sine is cancelled with the sine. The second is cos inverse. So these all questions. Cos inverse of cos 2 pi by 3. Please solve all the questions because this is very necessary to solve basic questions. The fifth part is also in 2009 CBSE. I am giving the answer of these all questions, but first you solve these questions. These are the basic questions. Okay, this is the type 1 marks, because this chapter having 1 plus 1 plus 1 or 2, only 2 marks, or it can become 4 marks. The maximum weightage of this chapter is 4 marks. Generally, it is come in 1 plus 1. Generally, it come 1 plus 1. Okay, the answers of these all questions are, मैं board पे भी करूँगा, but answer of these all questions are this. देखो, this is the question. Sine inverse pi by 3 have pi by 3 answer. Cos inverse cos 2 pi by 3. Cos 2 pi by 3 is the second quadrant, so cos cancel with cos. Tan inverse of 10 pi by 4, it is again in first quadrant, so tan is cancelled with the 10. Okay. Now the fourth part, this is sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Okay, the fourth part is sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Okay, this is sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Dekho, this was the question. Okay, now what we do here, this is 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 means, again the same problem, Sine is not cancelled with sine because it is 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is not the first quadrant. 2 pi by 3 is the second quadrant. So it not be cancelled. The sine is cancelled only sine when you have first and the fourth quadrant. Okay, so we break for it. We break this sine 2 pi by 3. We can write here pi plus pi by 3, pi minus pi by 3. Okay, we can write here pi minus pi by 3. Now this sine inverse, देखो पाई 180 माइनस थीटा 180 में चेंज नहीं होता है. दिस इज सेम एज sin pi by 3 but it is in second quadrant. Now the second quadrant is cancel sign with the sign. Answer is pi by 3. देखो pi minus second quadrant है, that means it is cancel. Okay, now we do another concept. This is the concept of angle. When you have angle, then you are using the first and the second and fourth. You are using these concepts. But if you have sine inverse of sine, for example, 3 by 4. Okay, if you have sine inverse of sine 3 pi by 4, so this sine is cancelled. But for that, you see it is lies between minus 1 to 1. So 3 by 4 lies between minus 1 to 1, it can be cancelled. If you have sine inverse of sine 3 by 4, so sine is cancelled with sine and you get the 3 by 4. But if you have sine inverse, for example, you have sine inverse sine cos inverse of 3 by 5. So it never cancel because it is a sine and it is a cos. So this is not cancel because both numbers should be same. If it is sine inverse, then it is cancel. Then what we do, this is again a second concept of this type 1. We make a triangle. We change cos inverse into sine inverse. Now how we change cos inverse into sine inverse? We make a triangle. Okay, the cos inverse 3 by 5, we let it is theta. Now what is 3 by 5? 3 by 5 is cos theta. We have 3 by 5 is cos theta. So now what is cos? Cos is based upon hypotenuse. This is 3, this is 5. By the help of right angle triangle, we can find this answer is 4. Okay, now what is sine? Sine, because this is can be written as sine inverse 3 by 5. Base perpendicular upon base 4 by 5. Now this both are the sine, then we cancel and we get the answer is 4 by 5. Again see, suppose cos inverse of 10. You have 10 half. Okay, 10 inverse half, but this is 10 and this is cos. Again the same problem. If it is cos, then it only can be cancelled, but it is a 10 inverse, so then again the same problem you're having. Okay, then this 10 we convert, again we make a triangle for it. Again we make a triangle. The 10 is perpendicular upon base. Now this is root 3. देखो 2 का 4 plus 1 5, that is root 5. Now this cos can be written as cos inverse base upon hypotenuse 2 by root 5. So this cos is cancelled with the cos and we get the answer is 2 by root 5. Okay, again देखो we make a triangle for it. First we make triangle, then by using 9th class, it means Pythagoras theorem, we find the remaining third side and then we convert tan inverse into cos inverse and it cancel. Okay, this is a simple method of this. Okay, now you do these questions. मैं आपको questions दे रहा हूँ. You start this question. You start this question. You start these question. Question number second. You start second number sum. You start question number second. Cos of cos inverse 5 by 13. This cos is cancelled with cos very easily. Give the answer of second part to me. Solve these question, please. Second. Solve these questions. Solve these questions. Please give the answers. I am giving 5 minutes to you. Solve these questions. All the 6 parts. Start. You convert one inverse into second. Yes, Divis Chopra. Yes, right answers. Yes, Tisha Narang of 12D class, they also given the answer. Please solve. I'm giving 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, these are the answers of these questions. Okay, the first answer is 5 by 13. In second question, you again change the number. Okay, now we start third question. Please start third question. If you have sine into cot inverse x, suppose you have sine into cot inverse x, then again you have same method. Okay, you have again same method. If you have a number, if you have a number, then that's no problem, you can change it. But if you have x in it, okay, if you have x in it, for example, you have sine inverse, suppose karo sine inverse, you have tan inverse of x, okay, sine tan inverse of x. Now the problem is that this is tan and this is sine, it cannot be cancelled. If tan inverse becomes sine inverse, then it is only cancel. Okay, so for x you have again same rule. For x you have again same rule. This is x upon 1 perpendicular upon base. Now convert by using Pythagoras theorem, you can find this under root 1 plus x square. Now this sine, this can be converted into sine inverse perpendicular upon hypotenuse x upon under root 1 plus x square. Now this is cancel and we get x into under root 1 plus x square. This is the answer. Okay, so the same concept with the sign, same concept with the numbers. We have same concept for the numbers and also for x. Now we start type 2. Now you write the heading type 2. Okay, we start the type 2. What is type 2? Type 2 is based on formula. Okay, you have a formula 10a plus b. You have a formula in 11th class, that is 10a plus 10b upon 1 minus 10a 10b. You have a formula in 11th class. Okay, so if you let 10a, suppose you let 10a is x, these all you see here 10 is cancelled with 10 only in the first and the fourth quadrant. So these are the formulae only for the first quadrant. So here you get a is tan inverse x and you get b is tan inverse of y. These are the derivation of one formula. Okay, now this is a plus b. If you want to find a plus b here, so that is tan inverse of 10a plus 10b upon 1 minus 10a 10b. Okay, if you want to find here, so this is 10a plus b is tan inverse 10a plus 10b. Now you put the values of a. What is a? A is tan inverse of x plus b is tan inverse of y. Now this is tan inverse of 10a. 10a is x plus y upon 1 minus xy. But the problem is that if xy is less than 1, then its number become negative. For negative, it become in second quadrant, second or third quadrant. So again the problem, 10 is cancel only 10 when you have, so you write only the formula. You write only the formula. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Derivation is not in the syllabus, but for that you have a condition, your xy should be greater than less than 1, because less than 1 then it is positive, otherwise it is negative. So your xy should be less than 1. Okay, the second formula is tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y is tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy. Here you get x is greater than y. The third formula, if tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, okay, you have a tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, but the problem is that xy is greater than 1. If xy is greater than 1, then the problem is that this number become negative. Okay, so for that you have pi plus, because in third quadrant tan is positive, so you do pi plus. So this formula is when xy is greater than 1, and this formula when xy is less than 1. Okay, so now the type 2 is totally based on formula. Now we start type 2, that is only based on formula. Please see your screen. Today we have some problem in my device. Okay, so please see screen starting saying you by tan inverse 1 by 2 plus this pi by 4. He says what? Prove it. Okay, Now, first of all, you decide which formula we use here, okay? That means the first formula we are using here, because x into y is less than 1. Half into 1 by 3 is 1 by 6. That means it is less than 1. So we are using the first formula. What is the first formula? देखो tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. That means half plus 1 by 3 upon 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. Okay. Then what we have answer? Tan inverse. This is half plus 1 by 3 is 5 by 6 upon 3 to the 6 minus 1, 5 by 6. So this 5 by 6 is cancelled with the 5 by 6 and we get 1. So the answer is tan inverse 1. What is tan inverse 1? That is pi by 4. Okay. But the one problem is here. Again you see it is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. We are using first formula. What state first formula? That is tan inverse x plus y half plus 1 by 3 upon 1 minus half into 1 by 3. This is the formula. Okay, that is the formula. Now we start. देखो what's the problem we face in this question? जैसे मुझे problem क्या आएगी? The problem is that if they given sine inverse 3 by 5 plus tan inverse half, so formula only applicable when both the number is tan inverse, when both the number is sine inverse. This formula only applicable when both the number are sine inverse or both the number tan inverse. One is sine inverse, second is tan inverse. You cannot apply the formula. Okay, then what we do? We change this number into tan inverse. How we change? We already discussed. This is triangle, we make a triangle, but that is a rough work, that is not a fair work. You cannot show in fair, you do in rough. That is 3 by 5. So this is 3, 5, and this is 4. 3, 5, 4 by the help of right angle triangle. Now this 3 by 5 can be changed as tan inverse 3 by 4, perpendicular upon base, and that is tan inverse half. Now we are using a formula that is 3 by 4 plus half upon 1 minus 3 by 4 into half. We can use this. Okay. Now you start please the question. I am giving the question. अब मैं आपको question दे रहा हूँ. Please take your time and solve these questions. All questions you solve. This is very type 2. Write the heading is type 2 and start type 2 question. You start the first question. First question. Okay, the first question. Give the answer of first question. Give the answer of first question. This is the first question. Tan inverse 2 by 11 plus tan inverse 7 by 24 is tan inverse half. Please take your time. Yes, send the answer of first question. 12B class, please send me the answer of the first question. 12B class. Yes, Jivyasha of 12th E, they given the answer of first question. Good, beta. You start first question. But in the second question, we have sine inverse 8 by 17 plus sine inverse 3 by 5. So first we convert into tan, then we can apply only formula. Please start second question. these questions for you. So you start. Okay, now we start the fourth question. देखो, we start the fourth question. You now see on your board, see your screen. We start the fourth question. This is cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 by 13 equals to cos inverse 33 by 65. The question is solve this question. So the one method is here, we change all the number in 10 and then we start. But we have also having the formula of sine inverse and cos inverse. These are not given in NCERT. ये NCERT में given नहीं है, but you can use in board class, board paper. Okay, you can use these numbers. You can use this number because this formula given are given from 11th class. They are coming from 11th class. ठीक है, ये formula 11th class के formula से आए हैं. That is sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. You have these formula, but that is not given in NCERT. So you can use directly. अगर आपको बोर्ड में यूज करने पड़ते हैं तो यू कैन यूज इट. दैट इज x अंडर रूट 1 माइनस वाई स्क्वायर प्लस y इंटू अंडर रूट 1 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर. ठीक है, दिस इज द फॉर्मूला. If you have plus, then you have plus. If you have minus, then you have minus. The same thing with the cos inverse. If you have the formula cos inverse x plus cos inverse of y, then that is cos inverse of xy under root 1 minus x square under root 1 minus y square. This is the formula. Okay. If you have plus, then you have minus. If you have minus, then you have plus. The one method you use this formula. The second method we can change in 10. First of all, we change in 10. So both the method we apply here. First we we change all the terms in 10. We change all the terms 10. ठीक है, इन terms को हम 10 में change कर रहे हैं. So first for 4 by 5 we make a triangle. Okay, we are making a triangle that is 4 base upon hypotenuse. That is 4, this is 5, and this is 3. So it becomes tan inverse 3 by 4. First of all, we change these numbers in 10. Okay, for that, again the same thing, base upon hypotenuse. So 13 ka square, 169, 169 minus 144, that is 25. That means this is 5. So this is tan inverse 5 by 12. Okay, it is a tan inverse 5 by 12 equals to. Now for that, again we make a triangle. This is 33. Base upon hypotenuse 30 by 30, 65. Okay, this is 33, 65. The 65 square is 42, 25. So that means this term is 56. This is 56. Now this is tan inverse. Again, base upon perpendicular base 56 by 33. Now we start the question. Dekho, this is the first method. We change all the terms in tan inverse. Why we are changing all the terms in tan inverse? Because we have a formula of tan inverse. We are not having the formula of cos inverse. In NCERT book, cos inverse is not given. So first of all, we change in tan inverse, then we start it. But if the student directly apply cos inverse, so marks deduct nahi honge. Okay, you can also apply directly cos inverse, but we are using the NCERT method, means we change all the numbers in tan inverse, then we start the formula. Now that is tan inverse, but when you apply the formula to every time you check it is less than 1 or not less than 1. ये 1 से less होना चाहिए. If it is greater than 1, then formula is changed. Okay, now this is 3 by 4 plus 5 by 12 upon 1 minus 3 by 4 into 5 by 12. We change this number. Now what we get? Tan inverse. देखो, this is tan inverse. Never cancel with 3 to 4 because LCM cancel हो जाता है. The LCM is same, then that is cancel. Okay, so 12 3s are 36, 5 4s are 20 upon, देखो 12 4s are 48 minus 15. Then what we get? The answer is tan inverse 56 by 33. This is the first method. That method according to NCRT. According to NCRT, what we do, we make all the numbers change in tan inverse. For that, we make a triangle. We are making triangles. We are making triangles. Then triangle we change. This triangle we change. By the help of this triangle, we change cos inverse into tan inverse. This cos also in tan inverse. This cos is also in tan inverse. I'm already discussed how we change one inverse to another inverse. Okay, this is a triangle. We make this is perpendicular base upon hypotenuse. Base upon hypotenuse. Then we find by the Pythagoras theorem the remaining side. Then we convert all the number into tan inverse and we do this question. Now I'm doing second method. Because in second method, we apply directly this formula. We can apply this directly formula. What is the formula? Cos inverse. This is x into y. That means 4 by 5 into 12 by 13 minus under root 1 minus x square. X square means 4 by 5 ka square. That is 16 by 25 into 1 minus 12 by 144 by 169. Okay, so this is cos inverse 12 for the 48 upon 65 minus 25 minus 16 is 9. 9 यानी कि 3 upon 5. Okay, into 169 minus 144, that is again 25. 5 by 13. Take LCM. LCM is 65. 48 minus 9, that is again 33. Dekho, this is the answer. So this is the second method. Now you have a choice. You use this method or this method. You can use directly this method. No marks will be deducted here on this method. No marks will be deducted. In NCRT, they are not given. But RD, RSEQual together, every book they are given the formulas. In NCRT, they are not given these formulae, but that's no problem. You can use this formula. So this is type 2. In type 2, we have two type of question. One, they are directly given tan inverse, and the second, they given cos inverse, then you change in tan inverse. Okay? Now we start a very important question. When you have greater than, this is the question. Please copy down this question. This is very important question. Tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. In NCRT, one example is also this type. The answer I've not remember. That is tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. The question is find the answer of this. But here you see tan inverse 1, you have directly the answer. Tan inverse 1, you have directly the answer. Pi by 4. But in the case of this number, 2 into 3, the product is 6, that is greater than 1. Then formula is changed. So when you apply the formula, you always see that this is greater than 1 or less than 1. Because if it is greater than 1, then formula is changed. That is x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Then that time is this, we use this formula, pi plus. Okay, then that times we use this formula, that is pi plus. Okay, now we have greater than 1, 2 into 3 is 6, that is greater than 1. So we use this formula. That formula is pi plus tan inverse 2 plus 3 upon 1 minus 2 into 3. So this is pi by 4 plus pi plus tan inverse. This is 5 upon 1 minus 2 into 6, that is again 5. So this is pi by 4 plus pi plus tan inverse, that is minus 1. So pi by 4 plus pi, this is minus of tan inverse of 1. So that is pi by 4 plus pi minus pi by 4. This is cancel and we get the answer is pi. Okay, what is the problem here? We have tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. In the case of tan inverse 2 into tan inverse 3, the problem is that the product of x into y is greater than 1. Okay, the product of x into y is greater than 1. So therefore, we use the formula pi plus. Because pi plus why we use? Because 2 into 3 is greater than 1. This is very important thing. Because xy is greater than 1, therefore we use the formula pi plus. Okay, pi plus. The formula is same. Formula is not different. That is x plus y upon 1 minus x into y. Only the difference we using x plus x, y is greater than 1. Therefore, we are using pi plus. Simple formula 2 plus 3 upon 1 minus 2 into 3. And the result is 10 plus minus 1. The same thing. Please note down this question. Now I'm taking very important example of NCERT. There बहुत बार बोर्ड में आ चुका है. This is very important example of NCERT. Example number 11. Okay, and that example for you. You start and give the answer. देखते हैं कौन बच्चा इसका आंसर देगा. ठीक है. This is very important example of NCERT. ये NCERT का बहुत important example है. Make a star on it. Sine inverse 12 by 13 plus cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 63 by 16 is equals to pi. The question is prove this. Okay, this is very important example. Please solve and give the answer. मैं भी बोर्ड पे करूंगा, but first you start. Okay, this is very important example. This is very important example. Then see what. Start. Take your time. First reply 12th A class, then 12B, then 12C, then D. Then I check which class give the highest answer. Yes, Jivyasha is given the fastest answer, 12th E class. But I'm saying only 12th A class. Aishwarya also given the answer. Arpita Garg, they given different answer. That's no problem. You can do also in this way. But in NCERT, the formula given pi plus. So we use NCERT method. We prefer NCERT method. The rest, जिन बच्चों से नहीं हो रहा है, take wait 2 or 3 minutes. मैं भी इस क्वेश्चन को करूंगा. Only 5 students reply me. Saksham of 12D, they also do this. Saksham, beta, yes, Saksham is correct. Yes, Sitara, good beta. You know, I am starting this question. This is sine inverse 12 by 13. The first we change all the number into tan inverse. Okay. So this is 12 by 13. This is 12 by 13. Okay. 12 is perpendicular. Base is hypotenuse is 13. And this is 5. 13 ka square 169. So we have tan inverse. This is 12 by 5. Okay. Plus. Now this number, for this number we again convert base upon hypotenuse. This is 4 by 5. So this is 3. So it become tan inverse. This is base upon perpendicular. Tan inverse 3 by 4. So all the numbers we convert into 10. But what problem we face? That is x into y. 12 by 5 into 3 by 4. That is 4 3s are 12. So 9 by 5. 9 by 5 is greater than 1. So that means the problem is that the xy है greater than 1. So we using this formula as pi plus. We are using the formula pi plus. So that is tan inverse x plus y. So 12 by 5 plus 3 by 4 upon 1 minus 12 by 5 into 3 by 4. Okay, देखो again you see this is x, this is y. X into y is greater than 1. So we are using formula pi plus. We use formula pi plus. Okay, we are using the formula pi plus. Why we using pi plus? Because xy is greater than 1. So if xy is greater than 1, then we use the formula pi plus. Okay, now this is pi plus, this is tan inverse 63 by 16. Now what we have, pi plus, this is tan inverse. देखो take LCM, 12 fours are 48 plus 5 threes are 15 upon 20 minus 36. So this is tan inverse 63 by 16. Now this is pi plus, this is 48, 63 minus 16. Okay, plus tan inverse 63 by 16. Now this minus comes outside. Okay, this is the minus sign. So minus sign comes outside. That is pi plus minus tan inverse 63 by 16 plus tan inverse 63 by 16. So this is cancel and we get the answer is pi. Okay, the answer is pi. Again, you check what the problem we face. The x into y is greater than 1. Therefore, we using the formula pi plus. Okay. Therefore, we using the formula pi plus because the answer says the number is greater than 1. Therefore, we using the formula pi plus. Okay. Now, another question you take, the last question of today. Please likho. This is the numbers when you have 4 numbers. I give also solution. But first you start tan inverse 1 by 5 plus tan inverse 1 by 7 plus tan inverse 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 8. The answer is pi by 4. Start this question and give the answers. Tan inverse 1 by 7. Please start this question. Yes, it is tan inverse 1 by 5 plus tan inverse 1 by 7 plus tan inverse 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 8 equal to pi by 4. Start this question and give the answer. You can use first 2 numbers, then next time next 2 numbers. Yes, जिव्याशा ये इस बार 12th की क्लास ये बहुत फास्टेस्ट आंसर दे रही है. टुडे डूइंग गुड. Clapping for जिव्याशा. Yes, 12th थी. They're doing well. देखो ना, I am doing this question now. Tan inverse 1 by 5. देखो, we use the first 2 because time is over. So we take fast. This is the formula tan inverse 1 by 5 plus 1 by 7 upon 1 minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. Here again we use a formula tan inverse 1 by 3 plus 1 by 8 upon 1 minus 1 by 3 into 1 by 8. Okay, this is tan inverse 12 upon 35 minus 1, 34. Okay, 7 plus 5, 12. 35 minus 1, 34 plus tan inverse. This is 11. 8 plus 3, 11. 8 is 24. 24 minus 1, 23. Then we apply this formula. This can be cancelled. 2 6 are 12. 2 17. We are again apply the formula 6 by 17 plus 11 by 23 upon 1 minus 6 by 17 into 20, 11 by 23. And by solving, we get tan inverse 1. And tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. So what we take here, we take first two numbers, then second two numbers, we apply the formula. Then after that, again we apply the formula and we get the answer. Okay? आज के लिए इतना ही काफी है टुडे. देखा मैम?